Hi everyone, welcome to Adventures with Raven and Rowley. I'm Raven and this is Rowley. We're slowly converting a cargo trailer into a tiny home. Right now we live in a fifth wheel full time. Last week I talked about the things I liked and didn't like about the cargo trailer after my first, after the shakedown cruise, and the things I will change. This week I will talk about cooking my last full Thanksgiving dinner while camping. If you're curious, please join us on this journey and continue to watch. Right, Rowley? Okay, so you're probably saying, why is this my last Thanksgiving dinner? Well, I don't have a family to cook for anymore. I haven't cooked a large meal in years and years and years and years and years and years and years. And usually when you do Thanksgiving dinner, you're doing a lot of cooking, days and days and days of cooking. And there's me, and I eat about 4 to 6 ounces per meal because I've had gastric bypass surgery, and that's what my stomach holds. So to cook a humongous meal is a waste. Or basically you prepare to have that meal for a very long time. I'm talking days, 3-4 days. And you probably freeze a bunch of it too. Which is exactly what I did, okay? So I'll probably never, ever, ever cook another full Thanksgiving meal ever again, okay? I wanted to have fun cooking this meal though, but then I wanted to do it just for this, just because, I don't know, I've got all this camping equipment and Thanksgiving is coming up and I've got freeze-dried foods and things, and I just wanted to see, I wanted to do it for me, okay? So I pretended I was camping because I was in the fifth wheel and I went out the front door and used the picnic table. And I used my brand new Coleman oven for the very first time. I'm really, really, really happy with it. I really like that. And I used my solar oven, and I did some stir fry on top of the stove, the Coleman gas propane stove. If I could have had an open fire, which probably most people don't these days because of the fire bans all over the country, I probably would have used the cast iron Dutch oven too. Made some cornbread in it or something. Just to say I could. And just to say I did it. You know? That's all. It was fun. It was fun. And I did it for the fun of it. I had everything in the pantry anyway. So it was just a matter of getting meals together. I didn't have to go out and buy anything extra or anything. And of course, when I had this meal, unlike every other Thanksgiving meal when you're cooking for other people or you're eating at someone else's house, this time everything was the way I liked it. You know, I wanted to enjoy this dinner. I didn't fret like I do when I have company. You know, family, whatever, friends coming, you know, did I make this right? Does it taste good? You know how it goes. You know, you stress out for a week and a half before. In fact, you stress out when you start making the menu. Anyway, to menu. I made mac and cheese New York style with in the solar oven with Vermont cheddar and Gruyere cheese. Okay, I'm getting ready to do the mac and cheese. I stirred and mixed it all up and everything. Here it is, soaking wet, getting ready to cook. This is set up for winter configuration. You notice that I have all the little blue dots connected. That means winter time. The red dots are summertime. So I put the tripod in the bottom, which I got, I think, in my crock pot or something. And The mac and cheese goes on next. Well, actually it doesn't, but actually it doesn't. Let me take that off. So I have to put this thing together with binder clips. This creates the oven inside. So this goes like that. Okay. Okay, then I take these things. There's 6 of them. And put these around the edge of this thing here that I just made. So I put, see, it's got a little slot and everything, so it just fits on there. And this is for the purpose of creating a tiny little airspace for the for the pot to sit on and get the air to come out around it. Okay, so it looks like that. Well, I don't know, maybe shade is better. Looks like that. And you sit the pot on top of that. Then you sit the pot on top of that. I don't think I needed the trivet underneath, but it always is a nice thing. Okay, then I've got this plastic circle. See, it's split. I don't know if you can see that here. And that creates like an oven. So the bottom one is up off of the ground on the trivet so that the heat goes up underneath. And the plastic around the bottom creates an oven effect around the bottom part of the pot. Okay, so I've only ever used this in the summertime. There's a hole right here. Oops, there's a hole right here that you're supposed to put this end flap into to make this circular, to make that circular oven kind of thing there. Well, it doesn't work as if the oven is in winter mode. So I cut another little hole here and shoved it in that way and put the binder clip. Let me go around the back so you can see how the binder clip on the back works. You see? And I put the binder clip to hold it in place. So this creates an oven around the pot and holds it. This creates an oven around the pot. So you've got an oven around the pot top, you got the pot top itself, and you've got plastic around the bottom part of the pot. And that gets pretty hot. And right now it is Sunday, and Sunday the 14th, and it's 11:39 p.m. We'll see how long this takes to cook. Right now I think it needs to be moved over because the sun is disappearing around here. I'm going to have to keep going over this away. Ham. I had a 1-pound ham that I cooked in the Coleman oven. I scored the ham. I didn't have any cloves, any whole cloves. And I wasn't about to go out and buy some whole cloves just to use 5 or 6 cloves for the rest, you know, the one time in my life. But I did have some ground cloves, so I sprinkled ground cloves. Hey, use what works, right? I had pineapple chunks. I probably should have chopped them up. I don't know why I didn't, but I didn't. And maple syrup. So I've had this little 1-pound ham for almost a year. It's still good. I'm going to cook this today. I don't have any cloves, but I do have clove powder, so I'm going to try that. Okay, this is the first use of this oven. This is really cute, how it collapses and opens up. It's really cool. That's what it looks like on the inside. It's got a little latch for the door. See? I'm waiting for it to get up to 325 so I can cook that. It says 15 minutes a pound at 325 degrees. I'll let you know. Okay, I think you can see that is 325 exactly. So, ouch. You'd think I'd know that it was hot, right? Ouch. I forgot. I wanted to add some pineapple on the top of this ham. Ooh, it's looking good. It's looking brown on the top. I'm going to put some pineapple up there. What's really amazing is that this oven has held the 325 degree temperature. It's been 15 minutes since I put that in there. But now that I put some very cold pineapple on top. Ooh, that's looking good. Then I made candied mashed yams instead of mashed potatoes, mashed yams. I cooked that also in the Coleman oven after I finished the ham. I added maple syrup. I didn't have any marshmallows. Didn't really want any marshmallows. I had, because I can't do sugar like I used to after this surgery. It gives me a bad case of dumping syndrome, which is something you don't really ever want to have, okay? But I made candied yams. So I made it in the Coleman oven. I used maple syrup and decorated with walnut halves and craisins because I didn't have any cranberry sauce and I wasn't about to buy a can just to get a slice. So this is sweet potatoes, yams, not sweet potatoes. And it's got butter and maple syrup and mashed together. And on the top I put craisins, that's cranberry raisins, and walnuts. This is probably done. Oh yes, look at that. Oh, that is sweet. Okay, let me turn that off. Oops, ooh, that smells terrific. I also had some dehydrated cut string beans, and I cooked those on top of the stove, the Coleman stove top. You have to rehydrate it for 3 minutes, and it tasted really good. I mean, I was surprised because after I rehydrated them, I took one and I ate it. I have to be very careful of the roughage, and but it tastes like a fresh green bean to me. I mean, as if I had just snapped one, you know. It was very good. I stir-fried it with onions and butter and salt and pepper, of course. Okay, I decided that I needed some greens. I normally would cook some collard greens, mustard greens, kale, or something, or a combination of all three. But I decided I wanted to try these freeze-dried green beans. So I'm thinking maybe I'll stir-fry them after I rehydrate them. Stir-fry them with butter and onions, and that'll be dinner. This is a half a cup of freeze-dried green beans. They said put it in warm water and let it rehydrate for 3 minutes. Meanwhile, I used hot water. Meanwhile, I'm going to do a stir-fry kind of thing. Ooh, that's high. There we go. So I've got some onions and butter, and I'm going to stir-fry it all together as soon as the green beans finish rehydrating. And then dinner will be ready. I didn't make any cornbread. I had already known that I realized that I had cooked way too much food. And although I really like the idea of cornbread, and I'm thinking about making some soon because I'm in a cakey kind of mood, I didn't make any for Thanksgiving. I've cooked in the solar oven before, and I've made cornbread in the solar oven before. So here's a picture. It was good. Really good. Okay, so this is my Thanksgiving dinner. I know it's a little early in the year, and it's probably the last Thanksgiving dinner I will ever cook. It was kind of fun doing it all outside, but to show you that this plate is, well, it is overfull for me. This is a teacup, saucer. You see the size of the plate? Not very big. But as it is, I've had gastric bypass. So this is probably 3 times, 4 times as much as I could possibly eat at one sitting. So I'll be nibbling on this for quite some time today. And the amount of stuff that I've got left over, I think I'm going to have to freeze because it will go bad before I can possibly eat all of it. But I want you to know it smells wonderful. So, I want to thank everyone for watching, for sticking by me for this year, for all of those people, families and friends and acquaintances who thought I was crazy or that I'm courageous or inspiring or all of those things. Just know that I decided it's time to get out and live. And you should too. Because why not? What else have you got to do, you know? So thank you. Thank you all for being here with me. And so this is dinner. Let me try it out. Okay. I'm going to start off with the baked macaroni. Oh yeah. The baked macaroni and cheese. New York style. Really good. Made in the solar oven. I think it could use a little bit more salt though. Delicious, delicious, delicious. And then of course, there's the ham. Let you know how that is. Oh yeah. I haven't cooked a dinner this large in at least 5 years. And this is probably the last Thanksgiving dinner I will ever cook. But I'm glad I did it for me. It is good. I'm going to be munching this all day long. Okay. Let's go around. Try some more stuff. Oops. These are the freeze-dried string beans with onions, butter, sauteed in butter, salt, pepper. You know, that is really good. If I didn't know that these were freeze-dried string beans, I would have thought they were fresh. Actually, when I rehydrated one, I tasted it before I cooked it. It tasted just like a regular, tasted like a string bean. That is really good. And then, last but not least, the dessert, or the whatever you want to call it, yams. I would call these candied yams because I put maple syrup in them. Oh, that is so good. This was a good dinner. This was a good idea. Let me tell you, you got to do this for yourself at least once. This is the first time I've ever cooked a Thanksgiving dinner just for myself. And it's delicious. Even though I'm dropping it all over myself, it's delicious. And I feel pretty good about it. Grateful for the things that I've had happen in my life. Thankful for a lot of the stuff. And thankful to even be able to cook this dinner. As strange as the way it is that I cooked it. I mean, I could have done it on the stove, you know. But I figured, let's try it differently. And this was really good. So this goes to show you, you can cook a full Thanksgiving dinner out camping. The Rowley Report. Realizing Rowley didn't have a Thanksgiving dinner after I had cooked everything, I shared some ham, a small piece of ham, and a tiny bit of yams, and that's because of the sugar content. I didn't give him any string beans because they had onions in them, and if I had thought, I probably should have rehydrated a couple of string beans for him, but I didn't. I didn't think about it until today. I think he enjoyed the day because I was in and out of the house, and he came in and out with me, you know, and he could, I don't usually do that, you know. We talked a lot about life and the future, you know, and I think he's ready, you know. He's a great listener, and I like him a lot. I'll keep him. So thanks for watching and subscribing. And thanks for your support. If you'd like to help us get on the road and see the links below, please share my video and subscribe to Adventures with Raven and Raleigh. Also, booping the like button and ringing the notification bell would be good, too. See you next Friday at 5 p.m. Pacific time. Take care of you and yours, and blessed be.